imagine this. You're running a marathon, sweat dripping down your face, legs burning, lungs screaming for air. The finish line is nowhere in sight, and every fiber of your being wants to stop, but then you hear the crowd cheering faintly in the distance. That sound, it's not just noise, it's proof that victory is closer than it feels. This moment right here, it's life in a nutshell. What you do next will define everything. Life has a funny way of testing us. It throws challenges our way when we least expect them. Sometimes it feels like the universe is conspiring against us, pushing us to our limits just to see if we'll break. But deep down, something inside you refuses to give up. That voice, your voice is stronger than any obstacle, louder than any fear, and that's why today we're going to talk about why quitting is never the answer and how victory might be closer than you think. Think about the times you've wanted to quit. Maybe it was during a tough project at work, or while learning a new skill, or even in a relationship that felt like it was falling apart. In those moments, giving up probably seemed easier. After all, who wouldn't want to escape the pain, the frustration, the exhaustion? But let me ask you this: what would you lose by walking away? What dreams would go unfulfilled? What lessons would remain unlearned? Because here's the thing, most people give up right before the breakthrough happens. They stop just short of the finish line, not realizing that success was waiting just around the corner. Success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to put in the effort, to keep moving forward no matter how hard it gets. Sure, talent helps, but persistence beats talent every single time. Talent without grit is like a car without fuel. It looks good on the outside, but it won't take you anywhere. Grit, determination, resilience, these are the qualities that turn ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. These are the traits that make champions out of underdogs. So, how do you stay motivated when everything seems stacked against you? Start by focusing on progress, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins along the way because those little victories add up over time. Keep reminding yourself why you started in the first place. Was it to provide a better life for your family? To prove something to yourself? To leave a legacy? Whatever your reason, hold on to it tightly. Let it fuel your fire when things get tough. And remember this, you don't have to have everything figured out to move forward. You don't need a perfect plan or endless resources. All you need is one step, one tiny movement toward your goal, then another and another. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Progress often happens so slowly that we don't notice it until we pause and reflect. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Take action, even if it's imperfect, because action breeds momentum, and momentum leads to results. There will be days when you feel unstoppable, and there will be days when getting out of bed feels like climbing a mountain. On those hard days, remind yourself that storms don't last forever. The sun always breaks through eventually. Your job is to keep showing up, to keep fighting, to keep believing in yourself, even when others can't see your vision yet. People may doubt you, criticize you, or try to pull you down, but their opinions don't define you. Only your actions do. The journey won't be easy. If it were, everyone would succeed and success wouldn't mean much. But here's the beautiful part. The struggle makes the victory sweeter. The harder you work, the more fulfilling the reward. When you finally reach that milestone, when you achieve what once seemed impossible, you'll understand why perseverance matters. You'll look back and thank yourself for refusing to quit. Let me share something with you. Have you ever heard of bamboo? Bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in the world. But here's the catch. For the first 4 years after planting, nothing happens above ground. Absolutely nothing. It looks like a failure. No growth, no signs of life. But beneath the surface, the roots are spreading, growing deeper and stronger. Then, in year 5, something incredible happens. The bamboo shoots up nearly 90 feet in just 6 weeks. 6 weeks. All that time underground wasn't wasted, it was preparation. Success works the same way. What looks like stagnation on the outside might actually be growth happening where you can't see it. Trust the process. Keep watering your roots. Sometimes we forget that success isn't linear. We think that if we aren't seeing immediate results, we must be doing something wrong. But real progress takes time. It requires patience, consistency, and faith in the process. Think about athletes. They train for years, day in and day out, long before anyone knows their name. They wake up early, push through pain, and sacrifice comfort, all for the chance to shine someday. And when they finally win that race, score that goal, or lift that trophy, people call them overnight successes. But they know the truth. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Many years of unseen effort. You might be wondering, what if I fail? Well, let me tell you something about failure. Failure isn't fatal, it's feedback. Every great person you admire has failed countless times. Thomas Edison famously said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times, I found 1,000 ways that didn't work." He refused to see failure as the end. Instead, he saw it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. So should you. Don't let fear of failure paralyze you. Use it as motivation to improve, to adapt, and to grow. Here's another truth. You'll never regret trying. Even if you fall flat on your face, you'll still walk away with valuable lessons, experiences, and stories to tell. Regret only comes from not trying at all, from letting fear, doubt, or laziness keep you stuck in the same place. So instead of asking yourself, what if I fail? Start asking, what if I succeed? Because the possibilities on the other side of courage are limitless. Now, imagine standing at the top of a mountain, looking out at the breathtaking view below. How did you get there? Did you teleport? Of course not. You climbed, one step at a time. Some steps were easy, others were grueling. There were moments when you slipped, stumbled, or thought about turning back, but you kept going, and now, standing at the summit, you realize it was worth every ounce of effort. Life is like that mountain. The view from the top, the fulfillment, the joy, the sense of accomplishment is reserved for those who refuse to give up. When you commit to never giving up, you send a powerful message to yourself and to the world. You say, I am capable. I am resilient. I am unstoppable. And guess what? The universe listens. Opportunities start showing up. People begin to notice. Doors that once seemed locked suddenly swing open. Why? Because energy attracts energy. When you radiate determination, the world responds in kind. It's almost magical how things align. When you stay consistent and focused, but staying consistent isn't always glamorous. Most of the time, it's downright unglamorous. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's working late when everyone else is relaxing. It's putting in the hours when no one is watching, knowing that the payoff might not come immediately or ever. Yet, that's the price of greatness. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. You earn it through discipline, sacrifice, and unwavering belief in yourself. Here's a question. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who gives up at the first sign of trouble? Or do you want to be the person who pushes through no matter what? The choice is yours, and it's made daily. Every decision you make, whether to study for that exam, practice that skill, or chase that dream, shapes who you become. Small choices lead to big outcomes. So choose wisely. Choose courage over comfort. Choose action over hesitation. Choose persistence over surrender. Let me share a story with you. A young boy grew up in a poor neighborhood surrounded by crime and negativity. His parents worked multiple jobs just to make ends meet, and he often went to bed hungry. School wasn't easy for him either. He struggled with reading and writing, and kids teased him relentlessly. But despite all the odds stacked against him, he had a dream. He wanted to be a writer. He knew nothing about publishing or marketing, but he loved words. So every night after finishing his chores, he sat at the kitchen table with a pen and paper and wrote, page after page, story after story, rejection letter after rejection letter. For years, nothing changed, but he kept writing. Decades later, he became one of the most celebrated authors of his generation. His name? Stephen King. Now imagine if he had given up after the first 100 rejections. The world would have missed out on some of the greatest novels of our time. Stories like these remind us that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and using it to propel yourself forward. It's about having the courage to keep going even when the road ahead looks uncertain. Because sometimes uncertainty is exactly where opportunity lives. Have you ever noticed how many people give up just before things start to change? They're so close to achieving their goals, but they convince themselves it's hopeless. They pack up their dreams and settle for less. Don't be one of those people. Be the person who holds on a little longer, who digs a little deeper, who fights a little harder. Because the truth is, breakthroughs often happen when you're running on empty. When you think you can't possibly take one more step, that's when the miracle occurs. Another key to staying persistent is surrounding yourself with the right people. The company you keep has a huge impact on your mindset and motivation. If you're constantly around negative, pessimistic individuals, their energy will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in your potential, they'll lift you up when you're feeling low. Find mentors, friends, or communities who inspire you to keep going. Their encouragement could be the difference between giving up and breaking through. At the same time, learn to tune out the naysayers. Not everyone will understand your vision, and that's okay. Some people will laugh at your ideas, dismiss your ambitions, or try to bring you down to their level. Don't waste your energy trying to convince them. Prove them wrong with your actions. Let your results speak for themselves. Remember, the tallest trees catch the most wind. Don't shrink yourself to avoid criticism. Stand tall and let your light shine. It's also important to take care of yourself along the way. Persistence doesn't mean punishing yourself or ignoring your well-being. Burnout is real, and it can derail even the strongest among us. Make time to rest, recharge, and refocus. Take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and prioritize sleep. Meditate, journal, or spend time in nature to clear your mind. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. When you show up as your best self, you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Never underestimate the power of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your perspective. When you focus on what you already have, rather than what you lack, it becomes easier to stay motivated. Instead of dwelling on how far you still have to go, appreciate how far you've come. Be grateful for the lessons learned, the obstacles overcome, and the growth experienced. Gratitude fuels resilience and keeps you grounded during tough times. So wherever you are in your journey, whatever challenge you're facing, hear this: you are capable of more than you think. The obstacles in front of you are not walls, they're hurdles. You can jump over them, walk around them, or push through them. The choice is yours. Just don't stop. Don't give up. Victory is closer than it appears, and the best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of your efforts. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep moving forward. When you think about success, do you picture some grand moment? A trophy being handed over, a crowd roaring your name, or confetti falling from the sky? Those moments are exciting, sure, but real success is often quieter than that. It's in the small victories, the ones that might not seem like much at first glance, like finishing a chapter of a book when reading feels impossible, or mastering one new chord on the guitar after weeks of frustration. These tiny breakthroughs may not make headlines, but they build the foundation for something greater. They remind you that progress doesn't have to be loud to be meaningful. Let me tell you this, life rewards consistency far more than it does intensity. You don't need to sprint to the finish line, you just need to keep walking steadily toward it. Imagine someone trying to lose weight. If they go on a crash diet, working out 6 hours a day, they might see quick results, but chances are they'll burn out quickly and end up back where they started, or worse. On the other hand, if they commit to eating healthier meals and taking daily walks, those small changes add up over time. Slowly but surely, transformation happens. The same principle applies to any goal you're chasing. Big leaps matter less than steady steps forward. Now here's something important to remember. Comparison is the thief of joy. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with images of other people's highlight reels. Social media makes it easy to believe everyone else has it figured out while you're still struggling. But guess what? What you see online isn't the full story. For every perfect photo or polished video, there are countless hours of hard work, failures, and setbacks behind the scenes. So instead of comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20, focus on your own journey. Celebrate your unique path and trust that your time will come. Speaking of trust, let's talk about faith. Not necessarily religious faith, though that works for many people, but faith in yourself and the process. Faith means believing in things you can't yet see. It's choosing to take action even when the outcome feels uncertain. Think about planting seeds in a garden. When you plant them, nothing happens immediately. Only after weeks or months do you start seeing sprouts breaking through the soil. Success operates the same way. The actions you take today may not yield visible results right away, but they're laying the groundwork for tomorrow's harvest. Another powerful tool for staying committed is visualization. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself achieving your goal. Really picture it. How does it feel? What sounds surround you? Who's there with you? Visualization taps into your subconscious mind and creates a mental blueprint for success. Athletes use this technique all the time. Before running a race, they visualize crossing the finish line. Before scoring a goal, they imagine kicking the ball perfectly into the net. When you practice visualization regularly, you program your brain to recognize opportunities and act on them. It's like giving yourself a sneak peek of the future you're working toward. Of course, staying motivated isn't just about visualizing success, it's also about managing your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality more than you realize. If you wake up thinking, today is going to be tough, odds are it will be. But if you shift your internal dialogue to, I've got this, suddenly challenges feel less daunting. Positive affirmations aren't just fluff. They rewire your brain to focus on solutions rather than problems. Start each day by reminding yourself of your strengths. Say things like, I am capable, I am resilient, and I am making progress. Over time, these words become part of who you are, but mindset alone won't carry you through. Action is equally critical. Motivation waxes and wanes. That's normal. Some days you'll wake up feeling unstoppable. Other days, getting started will feel like moving mountains. On those low motivation days, rely on discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up, putting in the effort, and trusting that consistency will lead to results. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Here's another idea. Set micro goals. Large goals can feel overwhelming because they seem so far away. Break them down into smaller, manageable tasks. Instead of saying, I want to write a novel, say, I'm going to write 200 words today. Instead of aiming to run a marathon next month, aim to jog for 10 minutes without stopping. Micro goals create momentum. Each time you complete one, you get a little boost of confidence that propels you toward the next. Before you know it, you've accomplished more than you thought possible. And speaking of goals, don't forget to revisit them regularly. Goals aren't meant to sit untouched in a notebook somewhere. They're living, breathing entities that evolve as you grow. Maybe the dream you had 5 years ago no longer excites you. That's okay. Life changes, and so should your aspirations. Ask yourself periodically, is this still what I want? Am I enjoying the journey? If the answer is yes, keep pushing. If not, adjust accordingly. One of the biggest obstacles to persistence is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Fear whispers lies in your ear telling you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or brave enough. But here's the truth, fear is natural. Everyone experiences it, especially when stepping outside their comfort zone. The difference between successful people and everyone else is how they respond to fear. Successful people feel the fear and move forward anyway. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. To overcome fear, try reframing it. Instead of seeing fear as a red flag signaling danger, view it as a green light indicating growth. Every time you feel afraid, ask yourself, what opportunity is hiding behind this fear? Fear of public speaking could mean you're ready to share your message with the world. Fear of starting a business could mean you're on the brink of creating something extraordinary. Lean into the discomfort. That's where the magic happens. Another way to conquer fear is by embracing imperfection. Perfectionism is a sneaky enemy disguised as a friend. It tricks you into thinking that waiting until conditions are ideal is the responsible thing to do. But perfectionism paralyzes. It keeps you stuck in planning mode instead of execution mode. Done is better than perfect. Ship your project, launch your website, send your email. Even if it's not flawless, action generates feedback which leads to improvement. Waiting for perfection only delays progress. While we're talking about improvement, let's touch on learning. Lifelong learners tend to achieve more because they approach life with curiosity and openness. They're not afraid to admit they don't know everything and actively seek knowledge. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, or simply asking questions, never stop learning. Knowledge empowers you to solve problems, innovate, and adapt to change. Plus, it keeps your mind sharp and engaged. Here's a practical tip. Document your journey. Keep a journal or record your milestones. Not only does this help you track progress, but it also serves as a source of inspiration during tough times. On days when you feel like giving up, flip through your notes. Remind yourself how far you've come. Seeing evidence of your growth reinforces your belief in your ability to keep going. Finally, don't underestimate the power of rest. Rest isn't laziness, it's preparation. Just as muscles need recovery after exercise, your mind needs downtime to recharge. Taking breaks boosts creativity, improves focus, and prevents burnout. Schedule regular intervals of rest throughout your day and week. Use that time to relax, reflect, or engage in activities that bring you joy. A refreshed mind performs better than an exhausted one. Remember, the road to success isn't a straight line. There will be twists, turns, and detours along the way. Embrace the unpredictability. See challenges as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Surround yourself with positivity, stay true to your vision, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. With each step, you're closer to achieving the dreams you once thought were out of reach. Picture this. You're standing on the edge of greatness, heart pounding, hands trembling, ready to take that final leap. Everything you've worked for is within reach. Every sacrifice, every late night, every ounce of effort has led you to this moment. The question is, are you ready to seize it? Because the next step you take could change everything. Stay strong, stay hungry, and remember, victory isn't just ahead, it's already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. So, wherever you are in your journey, whatever challenge you're facing, hear this. You are capable of more than you think. The obstacles in front of you are not walls. You can jump over them, walk around them, or push through them. The choice is yours. Just don't stop. Don't give up. Victory is closer than it appears, and the best version of yourself is waiting on the other side of your efforts. Stay strong, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and embrace the struggle.